Who among us hasn't stood at a crossroads, gripped by indecision, while a silent whisper in the back of our mind seemed to know exactly which way to turn? It's like there's a deeper wisdom within us, often drowned out by the clamor of daily life. But what if I told you that this inner voice, your intuition, is more than just random thoughts? It's a profound connection to the ancient wisdom of Stoicism. Today we're going to explore how the Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, harnessed this inner wisdom not merely to survive in their tumultuous times, but to thrive. We'll unlock secrets that can help us not only to hear our deepest intuitions, but to actively cultivate them, guiding us toward a more deliberate and fulfilling life. So, if you're seeking clarity amid the chaos of the modern world, stay tuned as we delve into the Stoic way of embracing and enhancing our gut feelings. This isn't just philosophy, it's a practical guide to turning inward noise into inner wisdom. So as always, if you appreciate what we're doing here, simple free favor I'll ask from you is to hit the subscribe button. Let's go. Get to know your shadow and your archetype. In our journey of self-discovery and personal growth, one of the most transformative aspects we can explore is our own shadow and archetypes. This exploration is not just about self-awareness, but about unlocking the full potential of our personal and emotional growth. The concept of the shadow, introduced by Carl Jung, refers to those parts of ourselves that we often choose to ignore or repress. These are the traits, desires, and memories that, for various reasons, do not match the image we have of ourselves or wish to project to the world. Understanding and integrating our shadow can be profoundly liberating. It's about bringing to light the aspects of ourselves that we've pushed into the darkness. Jung argued that this process is essential for achieving psychological wholeness. Now, this aligns beautifully with Stoic philosophy, where self-awareness and control over one's emotions and actions are paramount. The Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, believed that self-awareness is the starting point of virtuous living. He often wrote about observing himself and learning from his reflections, which is quite similar to understanding one's shadow. Furthermore, our exploration extends into the realm of archetypes. Jung identified these as universal, mythic characters or themes that reside within our collective unconscious. Each person tends to embody these archetypes differently, and they influence our behaviors and desires. For instance, you might find that you naturally take on the role of the caregiver, always looking to nurture and care for others, or perhaps the warrior, constantly striving to overcome challenges. Now, why is this important? By recognizing and understanding these archetypes, we can better navigate our reactions and interactions with the world. This introspection enables us to see why we gravitate towards certain roles and can help us balance our lives in more fulfilling ways. This is quite Stoic in nature. As Epictetus pointed out, it's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters. Understanding our archetypes helps us react more consciously and effectively. The process of getting to know your shadow and your archetypes requires honest self-examination, which is where Stoic practices really shine. Stoicism teaches us to reflect deeply on our thoughts and feelings, to question our instinctive reactions, and to understand their origins. This is akin to the Jungian journey into the shadow. It's about confronting those parts of ourselves that we might be hesitant to acknowledge. By doing this, we bring to light the hidden forces shaping our lives, making it possible to either change or embrace them fully. For example, recognizing a hidden part of your shadow might explain why certain situations feel overly challenging, or why specific relationships are fraught with difficulty. Similarly, understanding that you embody the ruler archetype might explain your drive for control and leadership, guiding you to use these traits wisely rather than oppressively. This journey into the shadow and archetypes isn't just about uncovering hidden parts of our psyche. It's about using that knowledge to live more harmoniously and authentically. The Stoics believed in living in accordance with nature, both the nature around us and our own nature. By understanding our shadow and our archetypes, we align more closely with this Stoic ideal, leading to a life of greater virtue and personal peace. As we continue to explore the depths of our inner worlds, let's remember that each discovery is a step towards greater clarity and mastery over ourselves. This journey, challenging as it may be, enriches our lives, providing us with the tools to navigate the complexities of human emotions and interactions with wisdom and grace. Remove what blocks your gut feelings. This is an essential step in not only understanding ourselves better, but also in making wiser decisions that align more closely with our true needs and values. The Stoics were pioneers in emphasizing the importance of mastering our perceptions to live a life of tranquility and fulfillment. They taught that it is not external events, but our reactions to them that disturb us. This wisdom is incredibly relevant when we consider the barriers that impede our intuition. At times, our gut feelings are stifled by layers of societal conditioning, personal biases, or past traumas. These influences can create a noise that drowns out the subtle voice of our intuition. According to Stoic philosophy, gaining clarity requires us to question and often revise our initial impressions. Marcus Aurelius practiced this diligently. He often wrote about the need to challenge and scrutinize his thoughts, ensuring they were free from bias and aligned with reality. Similarly, Carl Jung's concept of the shadow self reflects this idea. Our shadow can block our intuitive insights if we do not acknowledge and integrate these hidden parts of our psyche. Often, what we reject in ourselves doesn't disappear. Instead, it operates in the background, influencing our reactions and decisions without our conscious approval. By confronting and understanding these shadow aspects, we can clear a path for our intuition to surface more freely. Stoicism provides practical tools for this self-exploration. For instance, the practice of daily reflection, which Seneca endorsed as a way to review and correct one's thoughts and actions, can be instrumental. By examining the reasons behind our feelings and decisions each day, we learn to identify when our intuition is being overshadowed by less rational drivers. But how do we practically engage with and remove these blocks? It begins with cultivating a mindset that welcomes rigorous self-honesty. This doesn't mean being harsh or critical, but rather approaching our inner experiences with curiosity and openness. Epictetus, another Stoic sage, emphasized the importance of observing ourselves as if we were a separate person. This objectivity allows us to see which parts of our reactions are truly ours and which are imposed by external factors or internal conflicts. Engaging in mindfulness meditation can be a powerful way to tune into our intuitive senses. Mindfulness teaches us to be present with our thoughts and feelings without judgment. This presence can help us detect the subtle impulses of intuition that are often drowned out by louder emotional responses. Another approach is to engage with nature, as the Stoics often did. They believed that nature had inherent lessons on how to live harmoniously and according to natural laws. By spending time in nature, we can reconnect with these lessons and our intuitive selves, away from the distractions of modern life. The journey to removing blocks to our intuition is also about balance. It's important to balance our logical reasoning with our intuitive insights, a concept that Aristotle might praise as finding the golden mean between extremes. This balance ensures that we are neither completely swayed by fleeting impulses nor overly rigid in our logical analyses. To remove what blocks our gut feelings is to engage in a deep and honest dialogue with ourselves. It's about peeling back the layers of noise and distraction to reveal the quiet, often wise voice of our intuition. As we practice these Stoic and psychological principles, we find that our gut feelings become clearer guides, helping us navigate our lives with greater wisdom and authenticity. This alignment not only enriches our personal lives, but also enhances our relationships with others, creating a life that truly reflects our deepest values and aspirations. Cultivate the ability to have your gut feelings. The Stoics viewed the development of intuition as an essential skill, closely tied to the virtue of wisdom. They believed that by refining our ability to perceive and interpret our internal cues, we could lead lives that are more aligned with our true nature and the external world. In the realm of Stoicism, Marcus Aurelius often emphasized the importance of self-awareness and the mindful observation of one's thoughts and actions. This practice is not only about understanding the external influences on our lives, but also about tuning in to our internal responses. He advocated for a kind of reflective meditation where one observes their thoughts and emotions without immediate judgment, allowing a deeper intuition to emerge from beneath the usual chatter of the mind. This idea parallels what Carl Jung suggested about engaging with the unconscious mind. Jung believed that our unconscious holds insights and wisdom that our conscious mind may not immediately perceive. By practices such as meditation, reflective journaling, and engaging in creative activities like art, we can tap into these deeper realms of our psyche. These activities allow us to bypass the more logical, surface-level thinking and access the intuitive insights that lie beneath. Meditation, for instance, helps in quieting the mind enough that we can hear the softer, often overshadowed voice of our intuition. It's about creating a space where our intuitive knowledge can surface and be acknowledged. This is not passive, but an active form of engagement with our inner selves, where we learn to listen and trust the subtle nudges that often guide us toward choices that are more in tune with our deepest values. Reflective journaling is another powerful tool in this process. It involves writing down our daily experiences and the emotions and thoughts that accompany them. Over time, patterns begin to emerge, patterns that can teach us a great deal about our deepest drives, fears, and desires. This practice sharpens our intuitive abilities by making us more aware of how we typically react in certain situations and how those reactions align with our deeper goals and values. Moreover, engaging in artistic activities can serve as a conduit for expressing and understanding our subconscious thoughts. Whether it's drawing, painting, writing poetry, or playing music, art allows us to explore and express our inner landscapes in ways that words alone cannot. This expression can be incredibly revealing and therapeutic, helping to clarify our intuitive feelings and thoughts. The Stoics also valued the practice of examining our impressions, which involves asking ourselves why we feel a certain way about a person, event, or idea. This scrutiny helps to differentiate between mere reactions and those grounded in a deeper understanding of our true selves. Epictetus, for instance, taught that it is not events themselves that disturb us, but our views about them. By questioning our immediate impressions, we can begin to see how our judgments are formed, which in turn makes our intuitive processes more transparent and reliable. Engaging with nature and practicing mindfulness in everyday activities can also enhance our intuition. Nature operates on intuitive processes. It does not deliberate over blooming flowers or the path of the river. It simply flows. By immersing ourselves in nature and practicing being present in the moment, we can align ourselves more closely with this natural intuitive flow. Cultivating our gut feelings is a dynamic and ongoing process that involves a combination of introspection, expression, and practical philosophy. It enhances not only our personal decision-making, but also our interactions with others by fostering a deeper empathy and understanding. By integrating these practices into our daily lives, we open ourselves up to a richer, more intuitive way of living, guided by wisdom that transcends mere rational thought. This alignment with our inner wisdom, as endorsed by both Stoic philosophy and modern psychology, leads to a life that is not only more fulfilling, but also more aligned with our authentic selves. Don't get lost in your gut feelings. Navigating the waters of our gut feelings can be like sailing a ship on the open sea. It requires a balance of letting the natural currents guide us, while also taking the helm with decisive reasoning when necessary. The Stoics, renowned for their practical wisdom and focus on internal control, offer valuable insights into managing this delicate balance. They teach us that while it's crucial to develop and listen to our intuition, we must also guard against being swept away by the tumult of unchecked emotions and impulsive reactions. Seneca famously remarked that our emotions should be subjected to reason. He highlighted the dangers of allowing our feelings to dictate our actions without rational oversight. This perspective is essential in understanding why we shouldn't get lost in our gut feelings. Our instincts can often provide quick, powerful insights, especially in situations where we have accumulated a lot of experience. However, they can also be misleading or based on incomplete information, past biases, or misinterpreted emotions. The key to harnessing the power of our intuition without being dominated by it lies in cultivating a reflective mind. Marcus Aurelius practiced this through his daily reflections, which he recorded in his Meditations. He often wrote about the importance of stepping back from his immediate feelings to analyze and understand them. By doing this, he ensured that his actions were governed not by fleeting impulses, but by a well-considered understanding of his deepest values and the facts at hand. This Stoic practice of self-reflection is particularly relevant in today's fast-paced world, where decisions often need to be made quickly and under pressure. It teaches us to pause and consider our gut feelings. Where are they coming from? What might they be responding to? Are they a reaction to external pressures or an alignment with our long-term goals? Moreover, Epictetus advised us to distinguish between what is in our control and what is not. This distinction is crucial when dealing with gut feelings. While we can control our response to these feelings, the initial emotions themselves may arise spontaneously. By focusing on our response, we maintain control over our actions and decisions, ensuring they are consistent with our reasoned choices. To avoid being lost in our gut feelings, it's also beneficial to seek external perspectives. Engaging in dialogue with trusted friends or mentors can provide new insights and help us see beyond the immediate and subjective impressions of our intuition. This practice aligns with the Socratic method of questioning, which encourages a deeper investigation of our beliefs and assumptions through reasoned debate and discussion. In addition, setting up personal checks and balances by regularly reviewing the outcomes of our decisions based on gut feelings can be enlightening. This not only helps in refining our intuitive senses, but also in learning from instances where our instincts may have led us astray. Aristotle's concept of reflective practice, where one learns through the continuous examination of one's actions and their outcomes, can be instrumental here. Not getting lost in our gut feelings is about maintaining a balance between intuitive wisdom and rational analysis. This balance enables us to navigate life's complexities with both confidence and caution, ensuring that our decisions are as informed and effective as possible. By practicing Stoic principles, we empower ourselves to use our intuition not as the sole navigator, but as a trusted advisor in the counsel of our mind. This approach leads to a more thoughtful, resilient, and wise way of living, true to both our feelings and our considered judgments. As we journey through life, understanding and integrating our intuitions with Stoic wisdom, we learn that the true art of living is not just about following our instincts blindly, but about harmonizing them with reasoned thought. This balance allows us to navigate life's complexities with both the courage of our convictions and the wisdom of our reflections. Thank you for joining us today on Stoic Journal. If you're looking to deepen your understanding and apply these principles in your daily life, I encourage you to watch our next video on the screen. Together, let's continue to grow, reflect, and strive towards a life of balance and wisdom.